Have you ever had that moment where you're just staring at your screen, you're looking at your code, and you think, this is perfect, it has to be. But then you run it, and it just breaks? It's that classic hurdle for beginners, and man, is it frustrating. I mean, take a look at this code right here. It seems so simple, doesn't it? Logically, we all know 5 is greater than 2, so this should work. Why on earth does this simple line of code fail? Well, stick around, because we're about to find out exactly why. The answer is actually found in what I think is Python's most surprising rule. It's the one thing that trips up almost every single beginner, especially if they're coming from a different programming language. And it all comes down to something you might not even notice, just empty space. Yep, that empty space actually has a name. It's called indentation, and it's literally just the spaces at the very beginning of a line of code. I know, it seems like such a minor thing, but in Python, trust me, it is an absolute game changer. So what makes a little bit of white space so incredibly powerful? Well, in Python, indentation isn't just about making your code look pretty and organized. It has a much bigger job to do. It actually defines the entire structure of your program. And this is a really crucial difference. See, in most other programming languages, indentation is just for looks. It just helps us humans read the code a little easier. But in Python, it is not optional. Python uses that space to understand which lines of code belong together in a group, or what we call a block. And here it is. This is the fix for our original problem. You see that? By adding that little bit of space, that indentation before the print statement, we're telling Python, hey, this line belongs to that if statement above it. That tiny bit of space is literally the difference between an error and a working program. So the bottom line is this. Indentation in Python is not a suggestion, it is a rule. If a piece of code is supposed to be indented and you forget, Python will just stop and give you an error. It's a non-negotiable part of the language. So here's all you really need to remember. First, you have to use at least one space. Second, the standard way to do it, what pretty much everyone does, is to use 4 spaces. And third, and this is so important, you have to be consistent. Every single line in the same block of code needs the exact same amount of indentation. All right, that was the big one. Let's move on to our second rule, which I promise is a lot more straightforward. This one really shows how Python is all about simplicity. Let's talk about variables. Here's the whole idea in a nutshell. You don't have to do anything special to create a variable in Python. The very moment you give a value to a name, boom, the variable exists. It is just that simple. It's as easy as this. X equals 5. That's it. That's all it takes. You've just created a variable named X, and you've told it to hold the value of 5. It's clean, it's readable, and it's instant. Now, in a lot of other languages, you have to do this thing called declaring a variable first. Telling the computer ahead of time that you're about to create one. Well, Python just gets rid of that whole step. You just assign the value, and you are good to go. And it's not just for numbers. You can see here, X is holding the number 5. And right below it, Y is holding some text. The process is exactly the same. A name, an equal sign, and a value. That's the whole formula. Okay, and now for our third and final rule. This one isn't about making the code run correctly. It's about making it understandable for you and for anybody else who might read it. We're talking about leaving little notes for yourself right there in the code. These notes are called comments. Anything on a line that starts with a hash symbol, the pound sign or number sign, is just completely ignored by Python. It's not code, it's documentation, just for us humans. Check this out. See that first line, the one starting with a hash symbol? That's our comment. It's a note for people, and Python just skips right over it. But the second line, the print hello world part, that's the actual instruction that the computer is going to run. And that is pretty much it. Indentation, variables, and comments. You can really think of these as your core toolkit, the basic grammar you absolutely need to start writing and, just as importantly, understanding Python code. So let's just recap real quick. 1, indentation defines your code structure. It's not optional. 2, variables get created the instant you assign a value to them. And 3, comments, which start with that hash symbol, are notes for people, not for the computer. With just these 3 rules, you now understand the fundamental grammar of the Python language. You seriously have the foundation you need to start reading and writing basic code right now. So, now that you've got the tools and you know the rules, what are you going to build first?